Hello and welcome back. Today, to celebrate Pride Month, I'm going to be giving you over 30 gay books. Either some just have like one gay character, it's not like a big storyline, but then some, it's like the whole book. Okay, so I'm going to start with the ones when it's like, not like the main focus of the book, I guess. So, Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I love this book. I like it more than Normal People. I've only read that Normal People in this one, but this is my favorite book of hers. It's not like very gay, but like the main character, Frances, it's just like her relationships that she's like going through in this time in her life, and her best friend Bobby is bisexual, maybe. I don't really remember, but it is like, I don't want to like spoil anything, but there's like a strong storyline in that. This, The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue. It's about a woman, Rachel, and like her relationship with this like older man, but also her best friend James, who is in the closet. It takes place in 2009, so he's not out yet, and then it follows both of them. So yeah, that one was also really good. This is another one when it's like it follows two people. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This is really good. I think it's more like young adult. It follows like two twins, a girl and a boy. And Noah is gay, and it follows just like his story of that and coming out and like his love interest in that. That was also good. This one, it's like kind of a reach, but Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan. It just, one of the characters, the like love interest of Magnus Chase is gender fluid, so good representation if you're looking for that. Oh, okay. And then I don't really remember this book too well. Clap When You Land. I read it in like probably middle school or something. And it is also it follows like two characters, like dual POV. And one of them is a lesbian, but I don't think it's like a main story. The main story is about, it's also written in like verse, like it's like poetry. I feel like that, which I really like that. Oh, so these girls are sisters and their dad dies. One lives in Dominican Republic, one lives in New York City. So they like discover that they have a sister, and also with their dad's death, and this was like pretty good. But and then this, oh my gosh, these two books are really, really good, 5-star reads, but they're both about siblings. One sister is a lesbian in both of them. So it's not like a major storyline, but it's like a minor plot. Blue Sisters. This book is so good. It's about 3 sisters and 4 sisters, and one of them died. It's like the grief that the sisters go through and how they deal with that, and like how they come back to each other and like what they've been through. This is so good. And then my favorite author, Taylor Jenkins Reid, Malibu Rising. It's about this rich family, and they throw a party at their house in Malibu, and the house catches on fire, I think. But it just follows the siblings. I think there's 4 of them. the Riva, I don't know if you say Riva, McRiva, who appears in every single one of her books, basically. But yeah, it's just like the like house party and leading up to it. I don't know. Okay. Then this book I also read in middle school. I don't really remember it. The 57 Bus. It does have the Stonewall Book Award. And this is nonfiction. A boy like sets a person on fire. The person is non-binary, I think, and they're wearing like a skirt or something like that. And so it's just about the two characters, Sasha and Richard. And this is good. Okay, now. Oh wait, and this one, the Atlas 6 series, there's 3 of them. Atlas 6, Atlas Paradox, and Atlas Complex. It's like all the characters you can just, they like all just get with each other, and there's like tension between every single one of them, so it's not really like being gay is not like the main storyline, but it's like 4, 5, or 6 very magical, very powerful teenagers brought to this house or something, and then it's like a fantasy book, a magical fantasy book. I like those ones. Recommend it. Now I'm gonna do the like gay like boys books. Some of them I have not read. Starting with Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm hoping to read this month. So, but I know there's also a movie. And what I know about it is like they're rivals, and one guy is the president's son. The other guy is British, maybe? I don't know. I haven't read this, so comment down below if you have and if you recommend it. Next, this book. There's 2 of them. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I forgot what the second one is called. I read them both. I honestly think just read the first one. The first one is really good. The second one, not that good. It's about 2 boys who become friends because one of them can't swim. And they meet and develop a special bond that will teach them the most important truths of their lives and help to find the people they want to be. There are big hurdles in their way, and only by believing in each other and the power of their friendship can Ari and Dante emerge stronger on the other side. I thought this was a very cute book, and I know there's a movie. I have not watched it. I plan to watch that this month, though. But I recommend this book, and the second one, I don't really, like, I felt like it was, like, kind of irrelevant. It was just because this book was good that came with this one. Another book I have not read, Sun and the Star. I know that it so throughout, after Titan's Curse, Nico in the Percy Jackson series is gay. So, like, if you want, like, a little bit of a gay character and you're reading those, then you can have, like, that little glimmer. But this is about him and his boyfriend, Will Solus, son of Apollo. And they are in, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Tartarus. Like, and Nico is son of Hades, Will is son of Apollo. And it's just, they're in the underworld and they have to get out. So, I have not read this either. But I'm going to read this, and there's a second book called The Court of the Dead that I also plan to read. So I'll let you know how that is. Comment down below if you've read it. Next, I think all of TJ Klune's books, the main characters are gay. I could be wrong. I have 4 of them. I've only read 2. The House in the Cerulean Sea, which I just read. This book is so good, and I definitely recommend it. The main character, he's like 30, mid-30s. He works in like child protective services, but for like the magical children. And his life is like very dull, and he gets sent to the House in the Cerulean Sea with, I think there's like 5 magical kids. One is like the Antichrist, one is a gnome, One is a bird, one shapeshifts into a dog, and one, I forget, it's called a sprite. She like can control the trees and stuff, and it's about him. And then right from the start, you know that he is interested in the caregiver of those people, and I'm forgetting his name, Arthur. And it's just a cute book about found family with also the gayness of them. There's also a second book called Somewhere Beyond the Sea. I've not read that. I might get it from the library to read this month, but I'm not sure. But this was very good. 5-star, and I recommend. And then The Bones Beneath My Skin. This is another book about two men. The character is kind of similar, the main character. This one, his name is Alex. No, his name's not Alex. Nate. His name is Nate. And he's like, his parents died, and his brother like doesn't really, like, he doesn't talk to his brother, and then he's fired from his job. And so he goes to his summer cabin, and he meets this big, strong man who he instantly loves so much, named Alex, and this 10-year-old girl who calls herself Artemis Darth Vader. And I would compare her to like 11, like her powers. I don't know, when I was reading that, I thought of her. She has like special powers, and they're on the run from some kind of government agency people. So it follows them as Nate decides to go with them while they're running for their lives. And it's really good. And Artemis has some amazing quotes in there. I forget the one. There's one about like, we're all made of dust. Something. I forget what it is. But I really like his writing. And then, obviously, the Song of Achilles. That, like, I think a lot of people have read this. Like, about Achilles and Patroclus. I don't know if that's how you say his name. But this is very good and very sad. I have 2 copies. This is my special edition Kaylee got me, and it's very nice. But I definitely recommend this. It will make you sad, but very good. And then Heartstopper graphic novel. If you want quick reads, there's 5 of them out right now, and 6 coming out in July. And it follows Charlie and Nick. Charlie is the only like out kid at school, and he sits next to Nick in class, and then joins the rugby team, and then they bond. But Nick thinks struggles to to come to terms with his like sexual identity, sexual orientation as bisexual, and then it just follows them throughout the 5 books and their friend group and all of the friends and are gay. Like, there's a transgender person, lesbians, bisexual, asexual, and there's a show and a movie coming out in July, which is very good. And the last one about boys, I think, is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is a trilogy. It's kind of like gay Harry Potter, is the best way to describe it. Simon Snow is the chosen one. He's kind of like Harry. And then Baz is a vampire. Baz is like, it's like enemies to lovers, kind of. But Simon, I think, in the first book, he's a wizard. He has a wand. Baz is a vampire, and they hate each other. Baz tries to kill him. This is very good. If you like Harry Potter. Also, what is that called again? All the Young Dudes. Haven't read that, but maybe you'll like this. Next is like the lesbian ones, although like they're not all lesbians, but I'm saying that because like 2 girls. I don't know. Don't cancel me. I've not read this, but I think I will read it this month. The Palace of Eros. It's a Greek retelling about young Psyche. secretly longs for a life away from the expectations and demands of men. When Eros, non-binary deity of desire, sees Psyche, she devises a plan to sweep her away to an idyllic palace. There, Eros and Psyche fall in love and experience untold passion under the cover of impenetrable darkness, but each morning Eros flies away before light comes. Before long, Psyche grows restless and finds herself drawn to a reckoning that will test them both and transform the very heavens. Told in bold and sparkling prose, the Palace of Eros transports us to a world where palaces glitter with magic, even as ordinary people fight for freedom in a society that fears the unknown. I've not read this either, but if you have, which I haven't actually seen this in like any videos. 2 books. I actually got these today at Barnes & Noble. Ordinary Love and Girl's Girl. Ordinary Love is about a woman. She has 2 kids and she's married, but the marriage is on the rocks and it's like she's not happy in her marriage, and she sees her ex-girlfriend at a party, and her ex-girlfriend is now an Olympian, and so it follows like them and it's to like get back together. I think that's what I know of it, but I heard it's good. And then Girl's Girl, let's see. 15-year-old Mina's whole world is her 2 best friends, but after an unexpected kiss, the established dynamics of their trio quickly unravel. Everything that was once shared openly, from clothes to secrets, now feels impossibly fragile. Loyalty shift and tension simmer across the long days of this pivotal summer, when the girls have nowhere new to go and everything new to feel. Looking back, an adult Mina traces the undercurrents of longing that shaped her first experience of desire. The rituals of girlhood, gossip, selfies, sleepovers, and video games become threads in a delicate, volatile web of intimacy in which everything feels achingly fleeting and permanently etched. Loving one person, Mina learns, can change the way we love everyone else, including ourselves. Another book that I don't have with me, I'm reading it on my iPad, like Kindle type, and they didn't have it at Barnes & Noble, is Girls Like Girls by Hayley Kiyoko. And it was a music video turned book, becoming a movie June 19th. And I'm reading it before I see the movie. It's just a classic like rom-com type, but between 2 girls. One of them is, I think, like has internalized homophobia, and like they like kiss and stuff, but then she's like, no, I do this with all my girlfriends. And then the other girl is like just moved there from Oregon. Her mom died. Her dad like was never in her life, so she's dealing with like that, and also falling in love with like her first friend she meets in Oregon. Next, these are 2 like sci-fi fantasy. Cryer's War. This is the duology. There's another one called Ironheart, I think. And it's enemies to lovers. It's this like robotic anime thing. Is designed to like I think like go against royals or servants, and then Ayla is a human servant rising in the ranks, dreams of avenging the death of her family by killing the sovereign's daughter, Lady Crier. And Crier was made to be beautiful. She's like the anime. So Ayla's trying to kill Lady Crier, but then something happens and they fall off. This was like okay. I don't know. I think I rated like 3.5, 4-ish stars. Oh, I just remember there's one more book. Okay. Next, this is How You Lose the Time War. Honestly, everyone says this is so amazing, and I don't know, maybe I should reread it, but I got kind of lost when I was reading it. I couldn't like keep up. It's science fiction, and red and blue are in like opposite agencies, like they're going against each other. They're like fighting a war against each other, but sending these love notes to each other. It's very short though, so it's a quick read, but I don't know. I didn't really get it that much. Then another fantasy book is Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil. This is so good, and I definitely recommend. V. Schwab, I love her books. I love her writing. And this is a sapphic vampire story. And it's just so good. And it follows 3 women in 1532, 1827, and 2019. I'm not going to say that much. It's about vampires and women vampires who fall in love, and it is so good. So good. I recommend that. Then, this is also by Percent Red, White, and Royal Blue, One Last Stop. It's a, like, time travel kind of thing. This girl, just moved to New York City. What's her name? I don't know what her name is. Oh, August. Her name is August. She just moved to New York City, working at diners, all this stuff. But then she meets this gorgeous girl on the train, Jane. But Jane is displaced in time from the 1970s. And August is going to have to use everything she tried to leave in her own past to help Jane. I don't think Jane can leave the subway, so she sees her on the subway. But yeah, I read this a long time ago, but I remember really liking it. And I'd recommend that. It's like not time travel, but it has like those elements to it. And then also another book, I also read this so long ago. I Kissed Shara Wheeler by the same author, Casey McQuiston. Shara Wheeler kisses 3 people. Her boyfriend, a girl, I don't know if she has some girl, Chloe, I don't know if they had any past. Oh, I think they're rivals for valedictorian. And then like her next door neighbor. And then she disappears, and then those 3 have to like use the clues that she left her to find her. I think the main characters are bisexual. There's a character that is asexual, maybe gender fluid or non-binary, something like that. This one was good too. And then the rest of them are like fiction books. I'll start with, let's see. Oh, okay. This one, Miseducation of Cameron Post, is also a movie. I think I watched it, but I think I like the book more. Her parents died in a car crash, but just hours before she was kissing a girl. I don't remember that part. She moves in with her aunt, who is very conservative. Whoa. And then a girl, Coley Taylor, moves to town, which Coley's the name of the protagonist in Girls Like Girls as well, which that's funny. But yeah, her aunt, I think, catches her like kissing a girl, time sends her too. What is, wait. Okay, and I think she sends her to a conversion camp to like fix her. And then it's about the people she meets there. In my head, I'm kind of getting this confused with Bob, a Cheerleader. But I think she's sent to a conversion camp to get fixed. Could be wrong. But this was good. It's kind of long. Okay. Next. This book, this is really short. We Are Okay. The protagonist, Marin, goes through some tragic experience in her life and like shuts out everybody, including her like best friend Mabel, who she was in love with, but then she decides to visit Mabel at school, and Mabel visits Marin actually, and it's just like they reconnect, and it's felt that this was good though. I recommend that as well. This book, oh my gosh, I read this probably 6-7 years ago. Honestly, I read this in high school, like freshman year. It's a historical fiction book. Last Night at the Telegraph Club. What year is it? American 1954 in Chinatown. So obviously not a safe place for two girls to fall in love, but they meet at like a gay bar or something. And it's also during the time of the Red Scare. Deportation looming over the main character's father, Lily. So Lily and Kath risk everything to let their love see the light of day. They meet at a lesbian bar. So this is really good. Oh, there they are. I recommend it, especially if you like historical fiction. Then, interesting facts about space. Also, all of Emily Austen's books, the main character is gay, I'm pretty sure. We Could Be Rats. Someday Everyone in This Room Will Be Dead. Those are the two off the top of my head I can remember. This is about Enid. She is obsessed with space. She has a phobia of bald men. And she loves listening to true crime podcasts. And her dad died. A lot of these books, the dad died in it. And she's trying to connect with her half-sisters. But she believes someone is following her. Like, she starts to see stuff in her room. And then she thinks that something is wrong with her. And it's just like a fiction book following her life. It's like very character driven. She's a lesbian, obsessed with space. So I enjoyed it. Following on the theme of lesbians obsessed with space is To the Moon and Back. Bought this book only because I thought it would remind me of Atmosphere. This follows Steph. Wait, and her, yeah, I believe, Steph Harper, like throughout her whole entire life, she wants to be an astronaut. So it follows like her whole life as she wants to be an astronaut. She has a younger sister who's like on social media, and they're Native American. Okay, I was just rudely interrupted, but yeah, so it follows Steph as she wants to be an astronaut, and their life as part of Cherokee Nation. They live in Oklahoma. Steph falls in love with this girl named Della, who was taken from her tribe when she was young, and so it kind of like also follows her as she grapples with that, and if she wants to like identify with her like Native American ancestry or like her white parents from Oklahoma. She changed her name, and she was like this like national figure. Like the whole case was nationally televised. But this, like, I started it and then I DNF'd it like 100 pages in. Then I read it again and I enjoyed it, but I mean, nothing will ever compare to my favorite book ever of all time, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the greatest book I've ever read in my entire life. I sobbed, I laughed, I cried, I was happy, I was mad. I read this in one day. It's very fast paced. It goes back and forth between the mission and like the present time and the past. Joanne follows Joanne. She's an astronaut. And then you'll just have to read it. It is the best book I've ever read. Vanessa, love her. And then there's, I forgot the other characters' names. John Griffin, Hank Redman, Lydia, Donna. But yeah, it's a 1980s book about Joanne who loves space, wants to be an astronaut, and then they get approved for a flight, a 1984 mission, and you know from the first chapter, like, something's gone wrong, and it switches back and forth between what they're going through on the shuttle and in the past leading up to the mission. And this is the best book I've ever read in my entire life, and I greatly recommend it. Next, also by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I'm currently rereading this now, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Evelyn Hugo is a movie star, and she gets married 7 times, and she asks this reporter named Monique to tell her story before she dies. She wants a biography written about her, and Monique's one question is, who was your great love? And we find out who was the love of her life from all of her 7 husbands. And this is so good. I recommend this. This was one of my favorite books, probably in my top 5 books I've ever read. And then lastly is Sunburn. I read this last summer. It's a good summer read about 2 girls in the 90s. They live in a small town in Ireland. And like the main character Lucy, like there's very like heteronormative like pressure put on her to fall in love with her next door neighbor. But then she meets Susanna, one of her best friends, and their friendship like escalates. And it just follows their relationship and how Lucy navigates like the pressure of expectation for her to fall in love and marry her next door boy neighbor, and what she really feels towards Susanna. This was really good. Very summer read. If I had to recommend 5 books to read this month out of all of these, I would definitely say Atmosphere, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, probably Song of Achilles, probably Heartstopper. Heartstopper's like really quick, and there's a movie coming out. And then House in the Cerulean Sea is a like a summary read as well. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any other recommendations in the comments down below, and I will see you next time. Happy Pride Month!